Hey everyone, we're going to be doing a quick deck profile today of my Cyberse deck. So ever since I got the structure deck, it's been the most anticipated deck that everyone here has probably been waiting for. And it took me a while to actually come up with this deck because, well, a lot of the cards were actually new to me, and to create an optimal build that maintained consistency and good recovery in gameplay was quite challenging actually. So, despite the fact that this deck was easy to learn, it was difficult to overcome certain challenges that this deck had to face and everything like that. So, here's my take on the build, and yeah, I will actually be making 3 versions of this deck. So, do expect 2 more deck profiles for Cyberse. But for now, we're going to be doing the most generic version of the deck, and this is the one that pretty much you'll be playing the most. But I will be coming out with other builds as well. One thing I will have to apologize for is the fact that I have a few proxies in this deck, which is one of the reasons why it took me so long to actually make this deck as well, is because a few of the cards I don't have yet, and I still can't get them even until now, so I figure I might as well just get this deck profile out and running, and I guess I'll just have the card on the screen for you guys to actually see, so that you guys can actually know what the card is. But other than that, I do apologize that I don't have the actual card itself. So let's just get started. Alright, so to begin with monsters, we're going to be playing 3 Balancer Lord. Sorry about the lighting, it is kind of yellowish on the screen right now, but it is nighttime. I usually record on the daytime, so I have the window open, and so you usually see more of a lighter kind of setting to it. But right now it's at night, so there's obviously no more sunlight. I have to use artificial light, which is just my room light, which is a yellow light. So yeah, sorry about that. But for now, I guess it's not too bad. But 3 Balancer Lord is a great card to get in your additional normal summons. For the cost of 1,000 is not bad, and if it gets banished somehow, we have obviously Signet Backdoor. But if we do banish it, we can special summon a Cyberse monster, which is level 4 or lower from our hand. So it's a really nice card to extend our plays in Link Summoning. We are also playing 3 Draconet. I still think 3 Draconet is pretty amazing. So yes, I am combining both the structure deck and the starter deck from 2017 as well. So definitely playing 3 Draconet here, just to keep up with the consistency, and being able to go for a Link 2 with just the 1 card alone is still really nice to play. So I call it the 1 card Link 2 monster. So yeah, it just goes into a Link 2 right away. So next we have 3 Digitron. This is the new one. Actually, I'll put it together with the 3 Bitron as well. So we're actually playing 6 normal monsters here, and I guess you'll see why I'm playing 3 Digitron and 3 Bitron. But we are playing 3 Draconet, so we might as well play it. And the thing is, with Link Spider in our extra deck, it's pretty nice to special summon a normal monster from our hand as well. So even if we have 2 normal monsters in our hand, it still works. It makes the play actually pretty easy to go off with. Moving on, we are playing 2 of the Boot Staggered. This is our level 5, and it special summons itself if you normal summon a Cyberse monster, which is quite nice. And if it deals damage, you get a free token. So this, again, it helps you with your Link summoning by extending your plays, creating an extra token for you. But aside from that, it is a 2300 5-star monster, which is actually pretty decent attack, and most of the time you won't even use it for Link summoning. You might just use it just to attack because it's pretty good on its own. A lot of people have not been playing this card, but I play 2 Link Slayer. I think it's still a really good card because if you have no monsters, even if your opponent controls no monsters, you can still special summon this card, and it's quite nice. And the ability to actually destroy spells and traps on the field is also quite nice. So I still continue to play this card, and I still think it's a great card to play. So I don't think it holds you back in any way. Moving on, we are playing 2 Rom Cloudia. I completely took out Ram Clouder because I just don't like the idea that you have to tribute another Cyberse monster to bring one back from the graveyard. And I figured Rom Cloudia is a lot better. The fact that it instantly returns a monster from your graveyard to your hand just by normal summoning it. And the fact that it also has the ability to float when it's destroyed by battle or card effect as well. So I think that's more decent than Ram Clouder. We are playing 1 Stack Reviver, 1 Dotscaper, 1 Client, and 1 Backlinker. These are one-off, so Dotscaper, if it is sent to the graveyard, it special summons itself. If it gets banished, it special summons itself. Each effect can only be used once per duel. We have Stack Reviver. If it's used as a link summon, you can special summon a level 4 lower Cyberse monster in your graveyard that was used in the same link summon as Stack Reviver was, and special summon it. So it's pretty nice there. And that's also a once per duel effect. Then we're playing Client and Backlinker. So with Backlinker can special summon itself if your opponent is the only person controlling a monster in the extra monster zone. We also are playing Client. If this normal summon or set card is face up on the field, all Cyberse monsters gain 500 attack and defense. I think it's a great card because combined with Boot Staggered, it becomes a 2800 5-star monster, which is very powerful. So overall, sometimes I don't even link summon. If I have Client on the field, it gives the Cyberse monsters a boost of 500, which is actually really amazing. It only works during your turn, but it's still really good because either way, you're just using it to gain the attack to attack your opponent, and then afterwards, if they do survive, then you can just link summon in main phase too, so it's no big deal there. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, or if it would be destroyed, you can destroy a Cyberse monster from your hand or face up on the field instead. So I think it's pretty decent. Then we are playing, obviously, 3 Backup Secretary. I should have brought this up earlier because it is a card from Code of the Duelist, but hey. We are also playing 1 Gofu because it's still a great card to play. I think every deck should be putting in Gofu now because at this point it's bringing out Decode Talker and it just makes things so much easy. So any decks that actually utilize the extra deck a lot, you should play Gofu the Vague Shadow to bring out your Decode Talkers. The last 2 monsters is what I don't have, and that is Link Infraflyer. So Link Infraflyer will special summon itself if you control a Link monster, and it special summons itself to the pointing to a zone that the Link monster is pointing to. So I think that's a good card to play. Of course, that effect can only work once per turn, so this is why I'm not playing 3. I'm playing 2 because 1 is just not enough, but 2, it's good enough to draw into, but if you play 3, you might end up drawing 2 or 3 in the same hand, and I don't want this card to be a dead card, so it's best you play 2, and I definitely recommend getting it. I don't have it yet, but I haven't been buying Circuit Breaks, so that is quite a big deal. But yeah, that's just what I have. I'm playing 2 Link Infraflyer, and I do recommend you play it. There is another build of my Cyberse deck, which you guys might see in the near future, but I actually do play 3 Link Infraflyer in a different deck, so if you guys are actually excited to see that, then definitely look forward to that. Alright, so moving on to spells, we are playing 3 Signet Backdoor. This card's actually really amazing. When I did the structure deck opening and review, I didn't expect this card to actually be that good, but it is actually really amazing. You can banish any Cyberse monster until your next standby phase, and when it comes back, that monster can actually attack your opponent directly, which is really amazing. And when that monster does get banished by this card, then you can actually search for another Cyberse monster from your deck with less attack. So that's really amazing, and this is a quick play as well, so really nice card to actually play in the deck. Definitely recommend playing 3. Next, we are playing 2 Unexpected Die. This card, it allows you to obviously special summon a level 4 lower normal monster if you control no monsters. So this is actually good for both Digitron and Bitron because we are playing 3 of each. Unexpected Die is kind of bad when we're playing 2 Link Slayer as well. That's why I'm playing 2 of each. If we were playing 3 of any and 2 of the other, it would kind of be difficult, and it does create a lot of dead hands if you happen to draw this and Link Slayer at the same time. Next, we're playing 2 Painful Decision, again just to help search out Bitron or Digitron and add it to your hand. Definitely a really nice card. I think playing at 2 is enough. We're then playing 1 Mind Control because it's just really nice to take your opponent's monsters, and if Mind Control was at 3, I'll definitely play 3 of these because it's still a really good card. We don't care if it gets tributed because we're just going to be using their monster as a link monster, as a link material. So definitely really nice there. I am thinking about playing Brain Control as well in this deck, but for now I don't mind just playing the 1 Mind Control. We are playing One Time Passcode, so I'm also looking for a second copy of it as well. I do recommend you play 2 of these, not 1. 1 is not enough. 3 is way too much because this is only a once per turn card, so I don't recommend you play 3. Yes, Mind Control is also once per turn, but I think Mind Control is a lot better considering you're getting rid of your opponent's monster, while One Time Passcode only creates you a token. For the meantime, if you don't like One Time Passcode, you can also play Photon Sanctuary, which actually special summons out 2 tokens instead of 1, but One Time Passcode brings out a Cyberse token. And bringing out a Cyberse token might be important for the future. It kind of is right now because some of our monsters do require Cyberse monsters, like Enko Talker, which we'll get to later on. And obviously I'm playing Dark Hole just to fill in for the second One Time Passcode. So if you can find a second one, you could take out the Dark Hole and put in your second One Time Passcode. So that's it for the spells. For the trap cards, we're playing 2 Recoded Alive, and that's the only trap cards we're playing in the deck. I think it's really amazing to be able to banish your Enko Talker or your Deco Talker to special summon the other one, and it actually has a graveyard effect as well as its field effect. So its graveyard effect allows you to special summon a Co-Talker that is already banished by banishing this card itself. So you're getting 2 special summons off that, and it's definitely really nice, and I think playing 2 is well worth playing and it's not too bad actually having 2 copies of this. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. That is actually 28 monsters in the deck, so quite a lot there, and normally I don't play that many monsters in a deck, but for this particular deck, we are very reliant on link summoning, and you can't believe how amazing it is to spam out so many monsters on the board at once. And it's just really, really great. You don't know how easy it is to actually get 5 monsters on the board at the same time, and that's just so much potential for link summoning. Alright, so for the extra deck, we are playing a lot of good cards here. The unfortunate thing is I am actually missing a lot of them. So before I actually get on with the extra deck, I'll put the cards on the screen right now for you guys to see, but I don't have these cards, but I do recommend you get them. So there is Borrelo Dragon. Borrelo Dragon is a Link 4, and it's a non-targeting effect that allows you to take your opponent's monsters, which is really amazing because if your opponent brings out a monster that is completely indestructible and untargetable, then Borrelo Dragon just does the job. So it's a really amazing card. The other great card you could play is also Topologic Bomber Dragon, which is also a Link 4, and it helps you burn your opponents for extra damage. So it helps you end the game a lot quicker. Really nice to play there. And the third card I recommend you guys actually play is Gaia Saber. Gaia Saber is a Link 3, and I definitely recommend you somehow get it in the deck. It's not that difficult to actually bring it out. So it's also a 2600 attack Link 3 monster as well, which is pretty decent considering it's a normal monster. So it's really good there, and I think it's immune to cards like Fiendish Chain because it's obviously a normal monster, and it's also immune to stuff like Lost Winds as well. So definitely a really nice card to play. Alright, so actually moving on to the extra deck, we are playing 2 Link Spiders. They're the only Link 1 monsters we're playing. I don't have Link Karibo, though we rarely will need Link Karibo because we don't really have much level 1 monsters anyway, so it's not too big of a deal, and I do see myself playing 2 Link Spiders in one game, so definitely do play 2, you will need it. It does come out often where you do need 2 of them. For Link 2s, we're playing the Proxy Dragon. It just helps with the GoFu tokens to not waste it on Link Spider. And it just helps you get out Deco Talk a lot faster. We're playing Binary Sorceress, Link Bumper, 2 Honeybots. Having 2 of them co-linked to each other actually makes it an indestructible combo, which is really hard to deal with as well, so definitely really nice to play. Ideally, you could take out Binary Sorceress or Link Bumper to fill in the void with the Topologic, the Borreload, or the Gaia Saber. That's a lot better to play anyway. So if you guys actually had those Link monsters that I mentioned earlier that I actually didn't have, definitely play those cards. For Link 3s, we're playing 2 Enko Talker, 2 Trigate Wizard, 2 Deco Talker. Obviously you could take out either one. You could adjust the ratios to your liking and just put in the missing cards that I didn't have, and if you guys actually do have them, put it in. And to end things off, I'm playing 2 Firewall Dragon because it's still a great way to bounce back your opponent's cards if they're too difficult to deal with or something like that. They can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effects. One notable card is Beals of the Diabolic Dragons, so definitely use Firewall Dragon to bounce back their Beals. Other than that, this is pretty much how my deck is played. Do expect other deck profiles in the future of Cyberse as well. I have 2 more versions, and yeah, I don't want to keep this video for too long. I think it's already been long enough because I put in a lot of explanation into a lot of these cards, so we won't have to go over these cards again in the future videos, but I will be making also a combo video for this as well. And I don't know, at the end of this video, I don't know if I might include a replay or something of my gameplays on Yugioh Pro 2. Yeah, who knows. This video is already pretty long, so hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.